Got another comp practice video for you. I'll be breaking down some of the stuff I did well, stuff I did not do well while I was fishing on this small little stream. You guys seem to really like this video last time I made one, so hope you guys enjoy this one. If you do, please leave a like on the video, please subscribe. I appreciate all the subscribers over the last couple of weeks, and I hope you guys are all enjoying these videos. So let's get into it. Since the stream was so low, and you can see the bottom in the picture and in the video, and I was wading this and was barely coming up to my knees, I was using that dry dropper rig, and I was really targeting areas like this where I had this nice pocket where I had a pretty, as you look upstream, you can see these whitewater segments even right where I'm standing. You got these whitewater kind of fast water stuff, but I was really targeting these pockets where the water was dead. There's still a little bit of flow in here, but mostly I was able to get a pretty good cast with my dry fly and my nymph below it and just drift it all the way through here. And so I was looking for these rocks right here that are protruding, not really leaving the white water like we have right here, but just a little bit at the head and then a nice pocket to drift through. Unfortunately, I didn't actually catch any fish in this pocket, but this was kind of the water that I was focusing on and caught fish in throughout the day. So at this spot, I really just want to point out where I'm standing. I'm basically standing in the middle of the river. And that's for multiple reasons. I'm going to show you a segment here in a little bit, but you can see kind of here, and you'll see it better in the next clip, a lot of the standstill water, or the water that'd be perfect for trout to hold in, that's not this constant current that the shallow water is allowing, is along the banks. And so I want to be right in the middle, and that way I can cast to the banks. I can get in those little pockets that you'll see. And the other thing is you see that I'm casting way upstream. I believe I'm casting, this next cast is going over here. I can't fully remember, into this pocket. But I'm casting well upstream. So even though I'm walking in the middle, I'm not too worried about scaring fish here or here because I already fished this. So as I cast way upstream, I'm working everything. Basically, I worked everything through this line down with those long upstream casts. And so that way I can walk and I can stand, maybe over here to cast up to this rock or cast up to this pocket right here. But I'm working my way upstream and casting way upstream through the middle of the river. That way I can target the banks, and I can also target everything upstream of me. So this is the next clip I wanted to show you, kind of something I was fishing along the bank. And right here, I'm not really casting upstream. I kind of noticed this as I was walking upstream and realized that I hadn't fished it. I believe this is that last pocket that we were looking at. But you see this kind of glass water right here along the bank. And that's because as the water flows along these rocks, it's actually going to hold back the water a little bit so that it prevents this little break in the current. And even though we have some pretty heavy current here without too many, obstructions for fish to hide behind, and we have the pockets, but this right here is a pretty consistent water. And so there's not really any place for them to hide in here or rest, essentially, any rocks to hide behind. I mean, some of these smaller fish can use this rock in here, but for the most part, this right here is the money spot. And you just saw me miss my first fish here, actually. I believe he was somewhere in here. You're going to see me hook another fish, and I lose it here, and then I hook one more fish way down here. But after this was the first kind of along the bank that I really targeted, because there might have been a spot down here now that I look at it. But after this, I was really targeting the banks a lot. I was still targeting my pockets. Those are great spots. But the banks were really where I was catching the majority of my fish. And a lot of small fish, which, just fishing recreationally is no big deal just to catch some small fish. But like in a competition setting, there's 3 fish right here. That's huge in a competition. Now, don't get me wrong, the one I missed here could have been the same one I missed here, but considering I ripped that fish off and it landed over here, my guess is this one was a different. So two, potentially three fish just in this little glass water along the bank. So definitely something to consider and definitely something to put some time in and throw some stuff at. It's a mountain whitefish. So I caught that whitefish in here. And so this was really good because this is a good lesson in knowing what fish are in your river. Because that whitefish was throughout here, and this water is a little bit faster than where I've been catching most of my fish. And I actually caught a nice rainbow up here in a very similar water type to this. And so you do have this little rock right here creating a little bit of a pocket, but for most part, this is a little bit more turbulent than where I was catching the rest of my fish. And so this is a deeper hole, so whitefish like a little bit deeper water, but rainbows also like up here like a little bit more current. So those fish I was catching along the side here in this still water downstream, these were brown trout. And I caught one on the other side too. The brown trout are going to take this more slower approach, the more, eddied out kind of water along the side. Maybe if this was a bigger pocket, they'd be through here, but this is a little bit faster. Now, don't get me wrong, you can catch brown trout in here, but you're a little bit more likely to catch rainbows throughout this faster stuff. So just knowing what's in your river, knowing what kind of fish you're fishing for. Are you targeting brown trout? Do you want to hammer the banks? Are you fishing rainbow trout? Do you want to be hitting this more riffly stuff? So just know what's in the river when you show up on the water and know what water to target. It's a brown trout.